So, before we can begin this next portion of our piratey adventure, we need a recap from our previous session. If you are interested in earning a DM inspiration for performing the recap, please give me a recap roll into chat.
Oh, is a birthday inspiration a D8 or a D20 reroll?
It is going to be functionally exactly like a inspiration, DM inspiration, but with a different name. And I see an 11 in chat by Game in the Glaive, so we will sell that to Game and take it away.
Yar, me hearty. So, we found ourselves after slaying the hag, trying to recuperate after said battle, and planning our next moves. We had a long rest. Some of us cuddled up with wee sled dog puppies, others ruminating on things to come. And I find myself thirsting for the glory and booty of treasure, or the treasure or booty, depending on your perspective. And so we, as a group, tried to uncover where that treasure might be lying below the waves. And after much examination and diving forth, we found the treasure, only that it was guarded by many undead dwarven pirates. We've killed some of the foes, been cut and sliced upon by the others, and some of us have affected a mighty fine way of speaking. And we are still in the throes of battle, which is where we find ourselves. Yar!
Yar is right. You have earned DM Inspiration, Game in the Glaive. Thank you. And thank you for doing so, keeping in mind the curse that has overtaken many of us.
I speak like this now. Anyone who says otherwise, they get a good thumping.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, before we can move back to the battle, we also need to learn a little bit more about each character individually. So I would love to learn everyone's Thane fact for this week. So let us pull out our player sheet, look at the player sheet, scratch the beard, and decide to start from Avalos.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Thane facts. Totally got one up my sleeve somewhere. Hold on one second.
No problem.
You want to go last?
Yeah, I'll defer.
Just play hot potato.
So we will hot potato it over to the Lotus. Lotus, what is your Thane fact for this week?
All right. So I came up with this while looking over the other languages Lotus knows. Knows Common, of course, and Draconic, considering she's Dragonborn, pretty obvious. I did explain the previous Thane fact that she knows Dwarvish because the workers and laborers unions in the city of Baltimore are mostly run by dwarves. But her other languages she knows are also Elvish and Halfling. Now, she learned these for interesting purpose. As she started writing more articles for the Baltimore Sun, gaining more notoriety as an investigative journalist, one of the things she found out was that a lobbying group for the casino industry had come into Baltimore wanting to build a casino in the city. Now, being that she was a bit of an unofficial representative of some of the various unions in the city, she went to go meet with representatives of this lobbying group. Now, she went to go sit down with them, partially under the guise of an interview, but also to let them know that, hey, you're going to be coming in our town, you're going to have to be working with unions here. As she said that, the halfling representative reached into his shirt and actually put a gun down on the table. Lotus sat there in silence for a moment, but she wasn't deterred. She just let them know that if she did not leave that room in one piece, they would not be welcome in this city ever again. and then continued with the interview as normal. And she just walked out of the room, very much in one piece and with a good story and a byline for the next day.
That's amazing. Lotus, aka Lotus Soprano, doing her best to live out that crime drama. Lotus, you have earned a Factspiration point. Let me throw that on your character sheet. Excellent. Well, now that we've learned that about Lotus and that she has potentially sent some people to sleep with the fishes, we need to ask Alicia about their Thane fact for this week.
Hmm. Don't have, man, there's a lot of stuff that have gated right now because of backstory reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, this is starting to become a lot more difficult. I would probably say sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to skim through some stuff and see where I can go.
Yeah, we might need to go back to DM questions that we all answer for a little
Sure.
bit.
I've been
Maybe
playing for like a year. Sometimes it's hard to come up with more facts.
Yeah, there's
Sure.
there's some stuff that I've been digging into, but it's some of it's kind of tied to those secret stuff that we all got at the very beginning of the campaign, so I don't want to start diving into that.
Mm-hmm. Akia can go.
The only other thing I can say, now that I just actually looked through my backstory document, there's an acolyte by the name of Soldrin Hardreach that Alicia worked alongside at the Rose Portal, which is a shrine to Lathander in Baldur's Gate. Soldrin liked drinking a lot more, and it was usually Alicia's job to be the girl. I'm gonna hold your hair back when you've had too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've usually found themselves in the position of supporting others one way or another, and that seems to be their lot in life. They've started to notice this a lot more often. I don't know if that's really a fact or not, more of a realization.
I think that's an excellent fact because I think a lot of people do come under that realization. Hey, I am always the designated driver, or hey, I'm always holding my friend's hairs back.
I'm always the prize paid, never the bride.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Alicia. That was an excellent fact. Now, I heard Akia was actually ready to deliver us some information.
Yeah, I was just saying if Alicia wanted a minute, but that's fine. I'm actually going to steal Lotus's thing fact. The reason why Akia knows Gnomish, because shortly after they got turned around at the Bryn Shander Library, they got a job working for a gnome at a toy shop. Now, unfortunately, the toy shop closed down after a month because just not enough demand for toys in Tin Towns being a luxury good. But in that time, they learned Gnomish from the shop owner.
That's an excellent fact. That's awesome. Did they happen to look like Jack Black?
Really? You're gonna summon up some PTSD for me?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. I apologize.
You should, but no, it's fine. I was actually asked the question of whether or not the place was burned down for the insurance money, or because someone wouldn't pay Lotus protection.
Oh, that is terrible. Lotus burned down a toy shop.
I wouldn't put it past her. She's ruthless.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's just around a block smoking a cigarette.
Firebug you. I
Excellent.
think I know what happened. I think the gnome was like, "Hey, sweetie, show us your tits," and she burned down his fucking store.
Dragonborns don't have tits. And then just sets it on fire. Excellent. Well,
And then the toy store goes up in flames, and Aki's like, "Again? Really?"
every time I find someplace I am happy, it burns down. Well, this is getting dark. Let us pounce and bounce back over to Avalus.
Okay, so you guys might remember that Avalus is kind of covered with these ritualistic scars all over his back and chest, although I believe only Alicia and Michonne have seen him. If you don't remember, it's like this elaborate pattern that he's had all as long as he knows, and he has no idea what they mean, but they're kind of this blue hue, almost like, like veins on someone very pale and translucent. But he has no idea, how he got them, what they mean, or anything. Well, unbeknownst to Avalus, his mother actually inscribed them on him when he was an infant, when the Duergar were attacking his village, to protect him, basically. And she gave him up to the land, which is why he is now a druid of the Arctic, basically. And he doesn't know what that means. He doesn't know the significance of that at all. Just that he now has this connection to nature and spirits because of it, but doesn't know that he technically belongs to, the Dale. And, Caleb, obviously over to you, if that means, some sort of pact was made with Auril or what, because he doesn't know the details, obviously being an infant.
Oh my gosh, this is good stuff. I love it when you guys give me stuff like this. This is good stuff.
See, I just needed a second.
Okay. Well, you have earned a Factspiration die usable in this session, and you guys might need it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. But before we can move forward, we have to hear the thane fact of one Mr. Game in the Glaive.
So, should I deliver it as a pirate or as normal human?
If you deliver it as a pirate, that would be absolutely excellent, and I would enjoy it a lot.
Okay. So, this is not so much a thane fact as more of a wanted to collaborate with my fellow crew members on the high seas of adventure and politics. So, as you may recall, I, Game in the Glaive, have been thinking about, traveling the known world, making a zoo, stocking it, and all of these things ultimately come to the fact that I feel that the North needs more leadership, and I would like to throw my hat in the ring. But before doing so, I don't know if I want the Lotus to be my campaign manager after I found out that she's, perhaps a leg breaker for the not so good folks. Maybe she's got some Zentaran contacts, who knows? But I think I could learn a thing or two about asking her about otherworldly politics and helping her, having her help me get a lay of the land before my political aspirations. We need a strong leader in the North.
Absolutely, there needs to be a strong leader in the North. The speaker, Duvisa Shane of Bryn Shander, has not been living up to her campaign promises in the slightest. Now, I need to give you a Factspiration point, because that was excellent. Now, I am going to take us back to the map that we ended on last session, the bottom of Loch Denshire. You all are surrounded by these floating corpses, these Draugr, floated up from the bottom of the loch. The area is suffused with a eerie green light. There are artifacts scattered about from an ancient sunken ship, a pirate ship. some of you have been cursed to speak in their awful dialogue. But the treasure, hidden within the chest, still lies in front of you. What further challenges and complications might arise in this battle? You wish you could see Avalis's health bar?
Little bit. Oh, it's blessed. Blessed to speak like a pirate. Arr.
Okay, there you go. You should be able to see that now, I believe. Okay, so let me look at our Kinkubat. Let me put on some combat music, and then we will shall begin.
Play us a ditty.
Play us a song, The Piano Man? Okay.
No ditties. Sea shanties, me lads, sea shanties.
There once was a ship that put to sea.
No, not that shanty. That one's played out.
Oh, okay.
Those
This
would
one's
be like,
kinda...
but that's the only one I know.
Okay.
Well, time to learn some new ones.
So we are underwater. We're fighting. There are Draugr, undead creatures trying to drag you down and drown you under the waters. And Akia, I have a note from myself from last week that you are going to start us this week. So, without any further ado, you may take it away.
Oh no, the pressure. Panic.
Because we're
panic.
underwater.
I see.
Because water pressure.
I see.
Pressure.
He's hitting us with those science jokes. Leave it to the physicist.
One could say it's a deep cut.
Appreciate that. That one was good.
Alright. Ye Draugr need to remember ye be dead. Leave the living to the living. And I will cast Sibling Guilt on the Draugr captain.
All right, here we go. Let's see it.
And I will pass to... does anyone ready to get into the action know what they're going to be doing?
I mean, I just got to move my moonbeam to somebody before they move. So,
All right.
Pass it to Avalis, why don't you?
I'll pass to Avalis. Avalis already has a pirate name.
I do. So it looks like I got Grave, Worst, and Abusive who haven't gone. Abusive is pretty close to me, so I'm going to maybe. Come on, work with me. I can't move my moonbeam.
Oh, it appears that moonbeam is a template. It is not the summoned moonbeam.
Ugh, that is unacceptable. All right.
Here, try moving that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, did we both drag one out?
Yeah. Okay. So I move it on to Abusive, so he can go next and take it in the face. And then let's see. I'm slow. Does that affect my movement? Speed is halved. Okay, but my speed is also doubled from haste. So did we say it's just normal speed, or is it still half speed?
We will say that you have normal speed because it's doubled and then half.
Okay. 10, 20, 30. I'm going to hide behind this chest. That is it for me. I'll.
But it is difficult terrain unless you have a swim speed.
Oh, I am human. So, again, so I'm no longer octopus. So, I can only go 15 then. So, we'll go here. Okay. Thanks for that. Alicia, do you want it, or do you want me to make it red?
I saw 3 of them. Wait, has this guy gone? No, he has not gone. Yeah, he's probably gonna attack me anyway. You can give it to red.
Okay, I'll let Abusive go, so he can take my moonbeam in the face.
All right, his turn will start, and he will need to make a saving throw against the moonbeam. Here we go. Saving throw against moonbeam.
Oh, pretty sure 17, does it, but he'll take half damage of 2d10. One moment. Hey, not bad. Okay, he'll take 9 damage. Radiant.
Right, he takes 9 damage. The abusive Draugr will say, "Aye, that wasn't very nice of you to hit me with that moonbeam. I'm gonna be coming over there to bite ya." And the abusive Draugr, with its 30-foot swim speed, will swim over here. And he grins at you, Avalus, as he does so. You're trying to be right outside of my range of attack? Well, I'll just take an action to move up closer. And he just moves up to you with his action. They will pass it to the Grave Draugr, who is up in Alicia's face. Alicia, they are going to attempt to give you the Great Axe attack. So here we go. Great Axe against Alicia. Wait, you're grappled by them. They can't attack you with the Great Axe. But they rolled a natural one, so they miss you. They would have had to try to bite you. So they miss their attack. As they have you grappled, they start to moan into your ear. Give me a Constitution saving throw, or the moans will drive you insane. Well, just give you disadvantage on your next attack. Okay.
Gotta love my rolls.
Don't worry. Don't worry. They can't be bad forever. Okay.
Yes, they can.
Okay, so
multiple weeks.
So Avalus is gone, so now they'll pass to Alicia.
Okay. Well, good thing I have things that do saving throws. Sir, I need you to make a wisdom save, as I am going to let off another channel divinity.
It will attempt a wisdom save. It failed. And
You can channel that divinity straight up your arse.
So it takes 29 radiant damage, and it is frightened and incapacitated for the next minute.
well, it is so frightened that you have killed the creature.
Oh shit.
And it is destroyed, irradiated in front of you.
Okay. Then I am going to move forward 15 feet. And bonus action, I will send my thing 15 feet. And that is it. I will pass it to the worst Draugr.
Okay. The worst Draugr. It is trying to go 1v1 with Akia.
Oh, the Eerie Moan, does that go at the end of the turn? Or how's it work now that it's dead?
Oh, each creature of the Draugr's choice.
Or does it only go when I actually make an attack?
Yeah, so it would just go before the end of its next turn. So it's been the end of your next turn, so it should wear away now.
Okay.
All right, the worst Draugr is... No, you're good. Is about to fight with Akia. It does not get its Mariner's Curse back.
I was looking it up. If you attack, I need to roll for mirror image before you attack. Because, like, even if it doesn't hit me, it could still hit the mirror image.
Right. All right, it is going to attack you.
Okay, it's attacking me.
Yep. Okay, here we go. It will go with the Great Axe. Okay, it hits you for 8 slashing, and I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw. Okay. You are not poisoned by this attack. All right. The worst Draugr hits you, Akia, at the end of round 3 here. So you can steal it going into round 4. If you'd like.
Okay, I lose concentration on detect magic. Actually, I will not steal.
Oh, you do not steal? Okay.
Yeah, I don't steal.
It will then pass to the captain. All right, the captain gets his Paragon power back. The pair is going to use its bonus action, giving it a wall of protection for until the next round. It is fighting with Gaiman the Glaive. It is going to target Gaiman. It is going to bite Gaiman. Oof.
It does have disadvantage from my ability that I used on it.
Yep, so that's a 14, which will miss Gaiman.
Well, no, I
Amen.
think it'd be a straight roll. I probably would have been reckless on the previous attack. I don't honestly remember if I was reckless, but chances are I was reckless.
I like the honesty there. So yeah, your sibling guilt weighs heavy on the mind of the captain, but Gaiman left his defenses down, so to strike out at the captain, giving him a way to successfully hit him.
I reduced that by 12.
And
So
this is-
I only take so I take no damage.
Absolutely. As its teeth aren't strong enough to pierce through Gaiman's flesh. Gaiman, because the creature did hit you, I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw to see if it poisoned you.
I will throw my expiration on there. I don't want any poison.
You are not poisoned. Not poisoned at all. Okay. It has struck Gaiman. Gaiman. I know that you took
I
no
took no
damage.
damage. So do I still get to steal?
I was going to say, I will rule that you still get the opportunity to steal because it did successfully hit you.
Oh, me lad, I'm going to swab the deck with your tongue after I rip it from your skull. I'm going to take my flaming longsword and I'm going to strike it twice. Recklessly!
All right, here we go. Double time here. Both of those are going to hit. And the Draugr captain is not looking good after those 2 strikes.
Who can I pass to? I'll pass to Alicia so they can reposition themselves, or they can take a spell and shove it up this bastard's arse.
I like it. Alicia, you're up.
Alrighty. I forgot that I was also hasted, so I moved 30 feet to the water. Gonna target big boy captain. Gaiman's alright. Yeah, we're just gonna blast him with a guiding bolt. We'll do this at 2nd level. Okay.
Oof. The
Well,
guiding bolt
sails wide.
falls harmlessly into the water.
Bonus action. The spiritual weapon flies after me. I will pass it over to Avilus.
Oh, do I run away or do I fight?
Should you stay or should you go? Boom, boom, boom,
I
boom,
know.
boom, boom, boom,
Mhm.
How does abusive look right next to me, other than a rotting pile of reanimated corpse?
It is bloodied after all of these strikes.
All right, move my moonbeam. That's my action, and I get no bonus. Out of curiosity, this slow, do I get a save or anything, or is it just on me?
Yeah, this was a slow from a succeeded at a cost, correct? You get a lingering save.
I'm so sorry. My connection broke up. What happens?
So you get a
Lingering
lingering
save.
save. So you get a wisdom save at the end of each of your turns. So you could give us a 2 here because we didn't make one at the end of your
All right,
last
so
turn.
this will be from last turn then. Is that
You
16? Oh, good. Okay, so my action then would be to move the moonbeam. My bonus action will be a face step. I have that somewhere. Yep. And are they immune to fear?
These creatures are not immune to fear.
Yay! Then he has to make a DC 16 Wisdom save as I bamf away under the protection of Gaiman.
He does not succeed.
He is afraid of me. Abusive.
He is afflicted with the fear status, which affects every piece of his character.
Take that. And I will pass to the Brave Lotus.
Lotus, you're up.
All right. At a good distance here. Cap seems in bad shape. So what I'll go ahead and do is, unfortunately, I'm all out of sorcery points, so I can't. Otherwise, I would throw. Or a couple of them are close together. Otherwise, I'd use Fireball, but in here, but I can't transmute because I'm out of sorcery points. But instead, do something here. Save that 4th level one for now. So I'll go ahead and target the captain here. And I'll wind up and I will cast Magic Missile at 3rd level and he will take all of them.
Oh my gosh, okay.
And so that'll be 16 force damage total.
The captain is pelted by all of your magic missiles, and the captain is looking incredibly damaged now, just barely holding its shape.
Alright, I don't have swim speed, so I'll just back up about 15 feet here. I don't think I'll need Misty Step just yet, so I'll just go ahead and hang here for the moment. Let's see here. I will go ahead and pass to Akia.
All right, Akia, you're up.
All right. I believe. I'll do that. I'm going to activate Giant Strength. I don't know how I can link it since it's not shown on the thing, but I'm activating the Frost Giant totem.
All right, go ahead and click it. So
Yes.
once we've clicked it, we're going to grab you. We're going to apply active effects. And now, Your strength is 23.
Cool. All right. That is my action. My bonus action is going to be to reapply my temp HP, and then I will pass to, I guess, the Draugr that's in the Moonbeam.
All right, abusive. He will attempt to. Oh, sorry. He will attempt to make a save. He fails the save against the Moonbeam.
Oh, only 8 radiant. Sorry, that sucked.
Alrighty. He is going to take 8 points of damage. Alright. Abusive is going to start swimming towards Lotus, who's out here all alone. They'll swim 30 feet. They will target Lotus. And then they are going to use their Mariner's Curse upon her.
All right, wisdom save coming up. Dirty 20.
You are not affected by the Mariner's Curse.
I guess as he does, it's like, oh, you call that a curse? Here's one from my world, and I just raise the middle finger on my right hand at him.
The Draugr instinctively holds its hands above its eyes as not to be affected by the curse, not knowing that it is just simply a bird in flight. Okay, the Draugr, that is it for them. Worst Draugr. He's fighting with Akia. Alright, they get their curse back. They are going to target Akia, and Akia, give me a wisdom save against the effect of their curse. Alright, so you are good. And they will do their eerie moan. Okay, you are good, as its magics and effects are unable to get ya. Alright, the last Draugr here. Disputed. It is going to start swimming this direction. And it's going to use its action to swim to here. Its bonus action will be to make a eerie moan, targeting Avalice and Gaiman. This is a wisdom save, or you're going to have disadvantage on your next attack. Because it's so...
Wisdom, or it says con?
Does it say con? Excuse me, guys.
Well, I mean, it says both, actually.
I'll take wisdom.
Can I take con? No, I'll do wisdom.
It should be wisdom.
No,
Yeah, the text says wisdom, but
save-
the thing
the
is
wi-
linked to
The button
con.
says con.
Yeah.
Okay, text. Oh, I see.
The
Let me hit
Draugr is
that
just
button.
looking at you too. He's like, this ain't a multiple choice question. You only get one.
Oh, for some reason, the ability is Buggeroo Note. Anyways, Avalice succeeds, and Gaiman, unfortunately enough, suffers the effect of being creeped out.
Oh, if it's
The
supposed to be
moaning is super sexual. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
if it's supposed to be a wisdom save, then I failed too.
Because what's your bonus for wisdom?
0.
Oh, so you would have only had a 12?
Yep.
Okay, we will give you the eerie moan as well.
Part of the-
Disputed.
Part of the fun. Yay.
Since he did not damage anyone, we'll pass to the captain. The captain. He is going to 5e movement down to here. So he can tic-tac-toe Gaiman with the disputed Draugr behind him. He will use his Water Veil as his bonus action, and then he will attack with his Great Axe. This is a 20 to hit because of the flank. Yes, for 14 points of slashing.
Okay.
Okay, and action bonus action movement. That is it for the captain. Gaiman, you can steal.
Oh, I'm stealing it like I'm gonna be stealing his buried treasure.
Is that what they call a euphemism?
No, this is what I call a euphemism, and I'm going to stab him with my flaming sword recklessly, so it'll be a straight roll.
Absolutely. Absolutely, that's a hit.
Is he still standing?
The captain looks as if he is on his last legs. He can
I
now
will
take another
strike
action.
him again, recklessly.
And tell us, Gaiman, how do you finish this captain off?
I remove his head.
As you remove the captain's head, there is a squirt of goo into the ether, the water. And there's a lasting word that he says when he says, "The ship will rise," as you remove its head. And that is all that happens from him. He just says, "The ship will rise."
I turn to Avlis and say, "Oh, a ship! That might be pretty useful, especially if you want to engage in some piracy." Being as I have removed this lad's head from his shoulders, I will pass it to Avlis so he can, tic-tac-toe on disputed.
Sure. Avlis will roll up here. I get 2 actions because I'm hasted. So I'll do 1 to move my moonbeam onto disputed, and the other. Oh, I have not done Shillelagh in a hot minute.
Shillelagh!
Yeah, so that is a bonus that then uses my action to attack. Is that right? Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a bonus action for the cantrip, and then action to attack with your staff.
Yeah, okay, so we will cast Shillelagh, and I will bonk disputed with a flank. Let's see. I guess my quarterstaff, or do I hit Shillelagh? I think if I remember.
You gotta hit Shillelagh.
Okay. 17 to hit? Or I guess 19 to hit.
A 19 will hit these bad boys.
For 16 bludgeoning. Ooh, that's cool. How's he look?
Wait, add double 5s.
Yeah, you're getting plus 10 to that.
Well, I didn't do it. I don't know how it works.
Let's go under the hood real quick, everyone. Let's pimp this ride. Let's see, Shillelagh. Oh, I see what's going on. It's adding plus your wisdom mod twice.
Oh, because I had that. Hold on, I have a thingy that. What's it called?
Add your wisdom to your cantrip.
Yeah, my cantrips get my potent spellcasting. Here you go. So I think that's why it does it twice. I don't know if it's supposed to, but that's why it's
I don't
doing it.
think it's supposed to, because essentially you're just buffing your weapon,
Yeah.
but not like at the time that you're doing the attack.
Hold on. Buffing your weapon is something you should do in private.
Wait, hold on. It actually might add it twice, and here's why. So when you would roll for a quarterstaff, you would roll the quarterstaff's damage die plus your strength. This, for the duration, you can use your spell casting ability instead of strength for the attack and damage rolls of the melee weapon attacks using that weapon. Becomes D8. So it's a D8 plus your wisdom modifier, and then this would add it again. So we solved that, everyone. So it should be plus at mod plus.
So it is right.
Yes, it is right.
Yeah.
There we
That's
go.
a bonk. Avalos is very proud of himself, and after he bonks him, he looks over at Gaiman for approval.
Listen, lad, if you keep waving that staff about, you'll put somebody's eye out.
That's the point.
I mean, keep playing with it, lad, and you might go blind yourself.
And I will pass to. Oh, has disputed? Has he gone yet? If not, I'll pass to him.
All right.
Let him take my Moonbeam.
Disputed did go.
Oh,
Yeah,
he has gone. Oh, okay, fair enough. Then I shall pass to Akia.
Okie dokie. See, these things bite, so disarming it probably wouldn't do much. I'm just gonna start attacking it with my new giant strength.
A 12 is pretty close. A 15 hits.
All right. I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'll keep it as is.
Okay. And if nothing else, Worst is going to steal.
That's it. Stay where I am.
All right, Worst is going to target Akia. Let's see if it gets its special power back. It needs a 6 on a d6. It doesn't get it. It is going to target you, Akia, and it's going to try to grapple you.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I should have rolled that or not. It didn't matter.
So it goes to grab you, and tie goes to the defender here as it is unable to change the states. It's going to pass to its ally, who is right up on our friend Lotus, and its fear should go down to fear 2. Oops, not dazed. Because it's had its turn. Okay, so Lotus, this creature runs up to you, swims up to you, and it is going to attempt to grab a hold of you. Ooh, that is a natural 20.
All right. Let's go ahead and give this a roll here just to see. Yeah, I would have to max out my expiration to get it. So, yep, it grapples me.
All right, it grabs the Lotus. It looks at you and starts to almost barf in your face, this ichor from within it. Not dealing any damage or anything, just kind of trying to control you. And then it will unleash its eerie moan after it's done so. So this should be a wisdom save, everyone. Sorry about that.
All right, wisdom save.
All right, you succeed. And it will go ahead and pass to you.
All right, I guess it was to be like, it's like, look, you're not two things wrong, darling. You're not my type, and I'm already spoken for. So she just gives a little goodbye wave of her hand. And I'll go ahead and spend my bonus action. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Spend my last second level spell slot for a Misty Step.
Absolutely.
30 feet. Do Bamf over here. Oop. Then I'll go ahead and spend 15 feet movement, get a little bit further away. Oop. There. Alright. And then as I appear, tell you what, I'll go ahead and target the dude that just tried to grapple me. And I'll go ahead and chuck max power magic missile at it. It will be taking all of the darts.
Damn, okay.
$25 force damage total.
25 force damage. Holy crap. So Abusive only had 19 hit points left. So what does it look like?
So it's like, yeah, Bamf away from him, and you see her charge up. She's still able to take the pitcher stance, even though she's like swimming in the water. And then she just throws all darts at it, and you just hear her say, "You're out."
And indeed, it is out as it falls apart into pieces.
Nice magic missile.
Thank you. All right. And so that you can still take advantage of that sweet flanking bonus, I will go ahead and pass to Avalos.
Avalos will keep the moonbeam where it's at, and he will shillelagh.
The power of bonking.
And is it still alive after 17?
It is still up after a 17.
Well, I'm hasted, so I get a second bonk.
Oh no, we gave the druid extra attack.
15.
What does it look like as Avalos defeats the Draugr?
As if Avalos was playing a game of whack-a-mole, he just Negan style caves in the head of the Draugr with his quarterstaff, just over and over and over.
See, I know that you said Negan, but it made me think that you said Negan for a second, and I was thinking of the Key and Peele sketch when they're saying Negan.
Now.
You want your jacket?
No.
Okay, that is let me see. Does haste give you technically extra attack, or does it give you a second action?
It just gives you one
It's
attack.
Yep.
Okay, so then I can't move Moonbeam. So I will 10, 20. I'll just go here next to my buddy, my big raging buddy, and I will pass to Alicia.
Excellent.
All right.
All right, Alicia.
Target the Draugr. Just gonna use a first level guiding bolts. 6 damage. Okay.
Okay.
Bonus action. Oh, it's actually within range. Move a spiritual weapon and we'll bonk with it.
This is at advantage because guiding bolts. 22 for 11. The creature is looking close to bloodied after those 2 attacks.
And I assume it's going to steal into the next round.
It shall, going into the 6th round of this battle.
Actually, I will take a couple steps back. That's it.
And I need to remove some of these Draugr from the battle because they've been defeated. All right, where's Draugr? It's his final stand. He's just going to go on a crit party against everyone. Just kidding. Here we go. We'll see if he gets his curse back. He does not. He is just going to attempt to bite through Akia's face mask. He does not.
Does hit a mirror image, though.
There we go. So it thinks that it successfully got a hit on you, but it just takes out a mirror image.
So what you're saying is Akia successfully steeled himself against this attack.
Oh, yes. His defense, some would say, is quite riveting. And with that, Akia, you are being passed to.
All right. I think Akia is going to. Yeah, I just think I'll go for a disarming attack if that's okay. Can I do that?
Yes. That is a natural 20 for 20 points of damage. The creature is bloodied.
Oh, I wasn't going for damage. I was going for disarming.
You would just want to knock out its great axe?
Yeah. If that's
Okay.
all right.
So, disarm from the DMG. So, you have to make an attack roll contested by the target's strength athletics. And creature costs no damage. Okay. Alright. You do not knock its weapon away and you do no damage.
Okie doke. I'd like to try again.
Sure. Alright. Alright. You do not do it.
I don't.
No. Because you said you wanted to try again? You attack, and it gets to make a strength athletics check. And it contests it.
Does it have advantage on the athletics?
Yes, because the weapon it's got, because it's been attacking with its great axe, it's holding in two hands.
Oh, okay. All right, and I will pass to Alicia.
All right. Bonus action. We're gonna do that first. Spook the weapon.
Oof. Oof.
Okay.
What did you do to RNGesus?
I don't fucking know. It's just every game that I've been playing in for like the past like month or so.
Man, you better make amends to the Morning Lord, my friend.
Alright, just gonna shoot a conviction at it. 15.
15 does hit.
Okay. Then it takes 17 points of radiant damage, and Akia is going to get 8 temp HP.
I don't think that stacks.
No,
But that's-
temp HP doesn't stack. It overwrites it
Okay.
if one's higher than the other.
Okay.
And that is it for me. I'll pass it to Big Boy Gaming.
All
Game
right.
it.
So, it'd be difficult terrain, yeah?
Correct, unless you have a swim speed.
I do not. Well, it's a good thing I've got a reach weapon. I put away my flaming sword, and I bring out my whip. I whisper to it, "En fuego!" and I whip out at this worst of the Dwergar. Recklessly.
Excellent. All right, that is going to hit. The creature is on its last legs.
I lash out again with my extra attack. Feel the lash, lad.
Oof. Oh, and this would have gone away. So it would have been an 18 and a 19, because you wouldn't have had the eerie moan on you. So that is for 12 slashing. And as you do so, the creature's head pops off its shoulders.
Are you going to be saying some nonsense about the ship rising as well?
The ship will rise as it is destroyed.
Tempest, damn it.
Okay. Gaiman, you have destroyed the creature. For the moment, it appears that there are no other hostile beings. If you all wish, you can exit the initiative order.
I think we all wish it. And I turn to Akia and say, Aye, Akia, use your smarts and tinkering and make sure that yonder chest is not trapped. Or a mimic.
Aye. And Akia will swim over.
Atlas leaves the moonbeam up. No, I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that be a dick thing to do? No. He'll drop the moonbeam.
I will check for traps, please.
All right, give me an investigation check.
I am not actually that great at these.
You discover that there are no traps upon this chest.
All right. I would probably, after all doing that, if a minute passes, that drops my concentration on haste.
Oh, I feel sluggish. Arr.
There doesn't appear to be any traps. I feel strong for the next few minutes.
Guys, I
probably-
was curious about something. I was like, why are you all talking like that?
Lotus, let's be honest, you're curious about all things, aren't you, lass?
Well, it comes with, my job I had before I came here. But
My point exactly. Akia, let's break open this treasure trove.
it's like,
Shouldn't
Shoot
we get it
around
out
like
of the
a
water
monkey.
first?
What?
There
Oh.
might.
I can do that very quickly if you wish. I can
What
cast.
are we wishing for?
I can cast water walking on all of us. If you hold onto the chest, we will swim to the surface in nigh but a minute.
All right, sounds like a solid plan.
I have no idea why they're all talking like this.
do you think it's not
Talking like what?
I think they're concerned that we want the chest, but that's what we came down here for. I don't
Aye,
understand.
we need capital.
I
Oh,
think we should
okay.
just let it go for now. Yeah,
Okay.
bring it up.
all right.
So 10 people, as long as there's, and there are less than 10 of us, as long as you're willing, we will get a 60-foot raise to the surface speed for an hour, which should take us up to the top. So as long as Gaiman and Akia are holding onto the chest, we're good.
All right. So you guys are. You grab a hold of the chest, and then the spell is cast.
Aye, we be holding on for dear life.
Well, as you grab a hold of the chest, and as the chest begins to rise up, you hear a titanic roar come from within the chasm. Rising from the chasm,
Who unleashed the Kraken?
you see a ship rise out. Its face like a shark, gooey and dripping with mimic-like adhesive. It looks to you all. Is that Lex or Alicia saying, what the fuck?
I think both.
It's the what the fuck the guy mean. It says to you all are trying to be stealing my ship, my chest. You killing my crew. I ain't gonna be having that. You killed my first mate. To Davy Jones' locker with y'all.
Not if you go first.
And the carnivorous ship looks at you all, looks at how you're starting to rise up off of the thing. So it needs to roll itself into initiative.
That ship.
What?
That ship.
Are you okay, Kia's player?
His timbers have been shivered.
So I guess we're rolling into initiative.
Yes. I didn't know if how long you guys were going to investigate this chest or what. As it's going to roll itself into initiative, does anyone try to think of a non-combat solution to take care of this mimic ship?
It's a sentient mimic ship.
Parlay?
Ah, damn it! You've invoked the law of parley. But you be stealing my treasure, so I'll have to be biting your balls.
No. If we be invoking parlay, we can put the treasure back.
Oh,
Because we be parlaying.
the pirate mimic ship pulls out its pirate guideline book. It looks up the laws about parlay. It takes out its reading glasses. Takes a second. And then it will drop itself out of initiative since you guys are looking like you want to parlay with it.
These just be shenanigans?
So,
Lotus, get 350 ready just in case.
So be like,
I don't think that solution works in this instance.
Yes,
But I like the cut of your chip.
yes, good thing, but I don't think 350 would be enough for this one.
450?
All right. So we bested your crew. So we showed that we're mighty strong adventurers. What if we, as you are, in need of a crew, were to crew ye? In exchange, we take compensation of treasure.
I see. Well, you see, I do need a crew now that you killed my old crew. And y'all don't look like you're undead, which is a negative for me. I like having an undead crew. They're restless. They're free from the constraints of being mortal.
But can they do this? And Avalis will become Circulus.
Oh, no, they can't do that. They can't become sharks. Oh, and Lotus and Alicia, because you are so close to the presence of the mimic ship, I'm going to need a charisma saving throw.
I call bullshit.
Charisma. So you said charisma save.
Now you can choose to fail.
Yeah, no, not happening. I'm saying a DM inspiration.
Come to the pirate side of things.
Now here's the thing: you're asking me to roll my best save, so I'm gonna go for it.
One of us. What? No.
All right, so far Lotus is okay. We'll see how everyone else does.
Oh, shit. I don't know how long the confusion was supposed to last, but apparently I was confused. I totally forgot about that.
We did. That's okay. Sometimes these things happen when you have so many status effects upon you. The mimic ship. Alicia, a 16 is pretty close.
Succeeded cost.
No.
Wait, you have your expiration, don't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna burn Faxpa actually.
Okay. You want to be speaking like the high?
Okay, then that is enough.
Oh, I should say like we. There we go.
Alicia has interacted with
Why?
quite a few pirates in Baldur's Gate. Nope, not for them.
Aye, but you've merely interacted. You haven't lived the lifestyle. Don't knock it till you tried it.
I'm confused. Is this an OOC conversation?
I don't know. I'm just sort of in the pirate parlance.
You've become Deadpool. You've broken the fourth wall.
So, with this charisma save, is that something I have to make on a regular basis whenever I'm around this thing, or am I like immune for a time? How's that work?
So you're good for a little while until it unleashes another bout of pirate speak curse. Kind of like a dragon's fear aura.
Lovely.
Yeah, Lotus, you want to beware of that ship's nethers.
Oh no, there's only one person's nethers I want to be familiar with. Thank you very much.
So you all be looking to become my crew. If that is the case, where do you all need to be sailing then?
You are a ship.
The coldest waters you can reach.
Colder than these?
Aye, colder than a hag's tits.
And you know those to be very cold.
You know, a saggy-titted hag came by here not too long ago looking for this treasure chest, but we scared her off mighty good.
She's the one who told us about it being here. She was. pleading
She
for her
tried to
life.
bargain for her life. It didn't go over well for her, though, and I'll pull out the hag's heart and wave it around.
Put that away. We don't want to be giving him any ideas.
Do I smell?
That'd be
blood?
our booty.
Well, here's my offer. I'll be giving you my treasure chest. If you were to give me that hag's heart and let me eat it,
It's like, let's make a deal. Do we want what's in the curtain or in the box?
Looking.
Now that this
Just
thing
a-
has surfaced,
Are we
Last-
surfaced or are we swimming?
well, this thing came out of the chasm. That's what I'm trying to say. Last session there was something that had mentioned that there was a statue or whatever that was on the.
Oh, right, a statue to Umberly.
Yeah. Do I see
Oh, yeah.
that?
that statue is clearly emblazoned upon the ship.
Okay.
What to know you about the bitch queen?
So then, like I said in Discord, I'll make a religion check on that.
I would say Alicia knows a lot about the bitch queen. You could even open up the D&D wiki if you so choose. So the bitch queen, Umberly, is known to be an evil deity of the sea. She requires all those who sail upon her waters to make her tribute. Otherwise, she will send tidal waves, thunderstorms, and even cursed pirate ships to sink their vessels to the bottom. She is known to be in a trio of deities. Herself, Auril, and the god Malar as a group of chaos and destruction. So you know quite a bit about Umberly.
Oh, this puts things into perspective. Mr. Shark Ship? Were you just sleeping down here or were you sunk down here?
It was a terrible thing that happened. happened almost, I feel like a millennia ago. There was a great battle upon the upon the shores of the locks, when me and the other ships got into a grand battle over which fisherman tribe would own Icewind Dale, who would run the knucklehead trout business. My ship lost as we were sinking to the bottom. My captain, well, the captain, who you just killed, found a treasure on the way down and shoved it into my hull, shoved it onto the ship, this statue. And it gave me new life down here at the bottom of the sea. Oh, excuse me, the bottom of the lock.
I see. Does the name Auril mean anything to you?
Ah, that frozen-hearted bitch. The statue is burning quite a lot when you say her name.
I don't know if this is a further conversation to continue having at the bottom of this lake.
Technically, we're at the top because we don't stop floating.
Oh, we just autopiloting up there.
The whole time, 60 feet for 6 seconds, yeah.
It sounds like a good deal. Hag heart for the treasure chest.
Before we give over the hag's heart, what ye be hunting that you need to use that there powerful artifact to find?
Is Gaiman asking that to Akia or the ship?
Oh, to the ship. For the ship be wanting it. I am sort of assuming that Akia keeps his own counsel, but ultimately wants to make it, because, crafters be crafting.
So, the ship would say, if I devour that hag heart, I feel that I will gain the ability to leave this little lock and head out into the wild seas of the world. Be able to use their ability to step into the ethereal plane and sail away from this place. At least I feel I'm landlocked here in the lock.
I figured it'd be quite difficult to leave otherwise, because everything up top is pretty much frozen.
It nods its giant shark head.
That's just terrifying.
I tried to run my head into the ice several times, but it only gives me boo-boos.
I know I'm but one person of this crew, but I feel like we should help this creature.
Well, it's been reasonable so far.
I'll turn over to Alicia and say, well, I'm all in favor of getting this thing out of here, then whisper to them, if it means that I don't have to risk talking like that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's any problems that I see with this thing leaving. I'm on board.
Besides,
I guess.
the thing seems to, the thing certainly doesn't have any love for Auril, so would be, maybe it'll feel like it'll owe us a favor when, the time comes for that.
Ooh, that's actually a very good point. I didn't think of that. All right. I say we can give the heart to him. That's where I cast my vote.
Yes, I vote that way as well.
Akia still holding the heart close, looks over to Gaiman.
Before we give it over, I do think that'd be the right course of action. Alicia, do you have a reading on the ship? Do you think that its intentions are tried and true, or is it seeking to double cross us after the parlay?
Well, from what I can tell from its body language, sorry.
A 18 insight reveals to you that this creature was being honest in its approach. It wishes to eat the hag heart so it can escape and see the world for what it truly is.
A buffet table. Well,
I mean, indeed, the world is all a buffet from a certain point of view.
from what I can tell, this ship seems to be on the up and up. Though the fact that it's merged itself with the statue of Umberly is a different concern, but
Well, it sounds like we have an accord.
It opens its mouth. Throw the heart in, would you, laddie?
I'm gonna chunk in that hag heart.
Excellent. It starts to which is odd because this creature is an 8x8 square creature. So it's like 40 feet by 40 feet, and it's just going nuts on that hag heart. After it finishes consuming the hag heart, it will look to you all and say, "The treasure chest is yours. You have done me a grand service this day."
that on the surface, as we said, a lot has been frozen or over because of Auril's, I guess, spell ritual. We're not really sure what it is. I guess to sail even freer, if you could assist us with making the waters not frozen over again when the time comes.
I see. Are you're asking for my help to fight?
Only if you want to.
I'm
From
going
what
to
I can
need-
recall, Umberly and Auril aren't exactly best buds.
That is true. At one point, I don't know if you knew this, but they were in sort of a strange type of relationship with the god Rime, Lord of the Giants. I don't really understand plural relationships myself since I'm a pirate ship, but it sounded like kind of a rough deal. With Auril getting the double cross on my goddess Umberly.
This is the coolest pirate ship.
Why is it the coolest pirate ship, Akia?
Because it's a sea monster.
I'm glad. Well, the pirate ship will say, "Well, if you want me to be helping you out, you're gonna have to be making a persuasion check against my passive persuasion DC."
It's a great idea, isn't it, Lotus?
Oh yes, quite. It's in fact, I could probably run you down a list of all of the reasons why this would be good.
Here, I'm just gonna rub your shoulders a little bit and give you some guidance on your upcoming list of all the good pros.
It could be a group thing, I mean, I could persuade the creature with my tremendous strength. I could do a strength-based persuasion by flexing and posing.
Is he more amenable to us because Avala's turned into a shark?
Of course. He's actually been opening his mouth to allow you to swim in and pick at the beak that's in his teeth.
Oh yeah, he does the whole remora thing.
In fact, pirate ship, I think I could give you a couple of pointers on the benefits of unionization.
Unionization. I don't know if I like that word.
Well, think of it this way. It's basically, it's essentially just a crew of like-minded people all fighting for the same cause, to be sure that everyone is treated fairly and equally.
That sounds like a pirate ship to me.
It does sound like a pirate ship. Yes, give me the persuasion check, and I will say that you have advantage on the check plus guidance. This is going to be a very hard DC of 25.
All right, so we'll go ahead and give that roll.
Don't critically fail him right by his mouth.
Oh, already made it.
Oh my gosh.
So, is 29 good enough? Because I still have my Faxpiration to burn if I need to.
Do it.
Well, it is good enough because...
Do it. Make him love us.
Yeah, if you get above 30, does he just, like, is there a dragon donkey relationship with Sharkulus?
Does Sharkulus want to have...
Of
40
course you're a girl dragon, because you're so feminine.
Remember when they show their horrible donkey dragon?
That's how you get
baby?
shark ship babies.
Oh, God. Okay, so with a 29.
I think Donkey had to get on a stool for that one.
It's true, unless they did the Amazon position. Check out Mike and Dave need wedding dates from the carnivorous ship. Will bat its eyes, lick its lip, and it will say, "Well, I didn't know this day would begin with me finding some new crew after my old crew was slaughtered by my new crew. But you convinced me." It produces its fend forward to you and says, "We need to be making a deal then." And it begins to almost like regurgitate. And it throws up what looks like
Not on the carpet, lad.
a large telescope. And it gives this like large telescope on its tongue to Lotus.
Lotus will use prestidigitation on it and then pick it up and just say like, "Oh well, thank you." And she'll just say, "What are your pronouns?"
You can call me they them, because I'm a ship.
All right. So, is this just a normal spyglass, or does it have any special properties to it?
So, if you be needing my help, which I imagine you will, all you need to be doing is look through the end of the spyglass to where you need me to appear, and I will use my newfound hag magic to appear and help you out.
Very well. And she'll take the spyglass and slide it into her side pack and say, "Thank you. And I guess we probably should have asked this before. Do you have what is your name?"
It looks to you like you just asked it a question that someone on the other side of the table had not considered. It takes a moment for thinking of a name for itself, and as it's doing so, party, how are you all reacting to this situation?
Fine.
I'd say out of
Just
character,
give
if
it
you
a
like,
start.
I could just grab my wrestler NPC name sheet, just grab something random for you.
Kia's trying to pick out a room.
A room?
Yep.
we're not living on it. I think we're gonna like reach a point where things are mutually advantageous and we'll part ways.
Oh, out of character, I know that. Akia's picking out her room. It's like, this would be the best place to sleep. Akia's a pirate, so.
Mm-hmm. And it is a mimic, so as you're in the room, it's like all gooey.
Akia has mixed feelings about this. Arr.
It's sticky.
So, the ship will say, "My name when I was a real ship," it uses quotation marks when it says so, "was Phantom's Requiem. So you all should just call me good old PR."
All right, I like that.
I mean, I feel like they're missing out on an obvious thing. I mean, you're such a big lad. I mean, Phantom's, big Requiem might have been more fitting.
Oh, you're saying that should be Phantom's Big Requiem? They should have called me good old PBR.
Aye.
He changes his name on his character. Well, then it's been settled. You all have my telescope. I need to go be adventuring off into the far-off seas. I'm gonna go find me some other mimic ships to be making the beast with two backs with.
Atlas regrets being a shark.
Well, you're not a 40-foot long mimic ship.
Oh, sure, it's a size queen now.
You just don't have the space requisite for the mimic to utilize.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, well. Have a whale of a good time and practice safe beasting with two backing.
Sharkless will nudge Alicia with its fin and say, "Who knew the shark ship had two hearts, eh?"
You're just sad that it doesn't have a heart on for you.
That
Does Alicia have a nosebleed?
Alicia is just more dumbfounded of the situation in general.
Yeah.
Does Lex have a nosebleed?
Lex, I don't know what you're talking about. Well,
that the pirate ship will look to you all and announce, "Well, I best be going. I've got adventures to go on. If you be needing my help, use me telescope. Take my treasure, and make sure that bitch Auril gets what's coming to her. Maybe I'll find my queen out there in the sea." He begins to shimmer and disappear like a hat.
Atlas Waves goes, "Hope she's a bitch."
Damn. All right, you all are. This all happened, I guess, at the surface.
Oh yeah, we're bobbing. We can't. We can't sink if we wanted to.
So
Hey. Akia can. Manta ray.
That's right. So, Akia, are you going to go swim down and bring the pirate's booty back up?
Yep.
As the pirate ship has exited from your nearby vicinity, those of you cursed to talk like pirates lose the curse of wishing to speak like a pirate.
We lost Gaiman.
Gaiman's existence.
He bamfed.
Oh no. So the curse has disappeared from you. You go back to your normal selves, and with it, PBR's magic disappears, leaving only the cold silence of Icewind Dale behind.
well, that was something.
while Akia's got the giant strength up, I think they look a little bit like a snow globe. Just as the water washes over them, a little bit of it freezes.
Wait, do you turn into Baymax when you turn on your giant strength?
I'm your healthcare companion.
Are you squishy? Can we poke you?
You see them petting a cat going, hairy baby.
Should we get this chest to shore and then open it up?
I think the
La,
most
la,
of
la,
us
la,
are
la.
already up at the top.
Yeah, Avila starts walking on the water and then like jumping on it. This is fun.
Aye, it's a true. What I was trying to say is, yeah, it's an interesting experience. Although I don't think it'd be all too useful out there on like the high seas and whatnot. Because I mean, you're basically walking against like the swell of the ocean.
That would be fun too.
Well,
Yeah, but I imagine it's going to be pretty hard going.
True.
well, regardless of what the chest contains, we at least were able to get one ally in our fight against the Frostmaiden.
An unexpected one too.
Suppose there aren't that many undead mimic shark ship hybrid things out there.
Well, I think it was just the crew that was undead. But true. I think I'm more we had a wagon that was a mimic and it didn't talk, but the ship was talking because of the statue. So weird.
They had surprisingly good dental hygiene. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Well, I mean, that could be for a variety of reasons. I mean, one, you're in there picking its teeth. Two, I mean, it just wasn't much for it to eat, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and drag the treasure chest to the shore.
Oh,
Absolutely.
you need a hand.
After 10 minutes, I do.
So you guys are
Many
now
hands
back on the
make
shore.
long work. Just saying.
For the first 10 minutes after the fight, Akia's like, I think the treasure chest is empty.
It does feel that way with your new strength.
And then after 10 minutes, like my arms are broken.
All right, I'll give you a hand.
All right. Once we get it to shore, I will check to see if it's locked.
The treasure chest is not locked.
All right. I will open it up and take the brunt of whatever explodes out.
Within the treasure chest, you see some interesting things. The first thing you see that there is a enormous amount of gold coins. Rough estimate, you believe that there is maybe 600 gold coins at the bottom of this chest. The next thing you see a very strange looking leather bag.
Oi, here. Think you could tell us what's what in here? Get the old identification up and roaring.
The bag kind of looks like that. Yes, it does have a sewed happy face within it. Or on it, I should say.
I don't want to just. Would we recognize this as a bag of holding?
I would say, as high level or highish level adventurers that you guys are now, I would say yes, you would recognize this as a bag of holding.
I don't understand. Can't you hold any bag?
No. This is a special bag. I think there is a magic shop in them.
Yeah, it's a bag of hold my beer. So you have it hold your beer when you go and do something incredibly stupid.
Well,
Then you better hold on to it.
It holds much other things than that.
Yes.
For example, and I guess Alicia will open it and just kind of put their arm in.
Magic items can be
And I just realized that when I said it.
Yeah, there's another magic item that eats your arm. This is not one of those, though. This is just a normal bag of holding.
You got so lucky right there.
That would have
I
been
know.
pretty fun, though. That would have been fun.
Oh my gosh.
For everyone except Alicia.
Yeah.
It would have been fun for the players, not the party.
When Alicia's like, see guys, it's just normal.
Oh.
It would confuse the hell out of Avalis. That doesn't seem very helpful at all.
The moment the words came out of my mouth, I was like, oh no, what have I done?
You see also near the bag, you see that there are 4 severed hands within the treasure chest.
Oh.
Gaming, you offered Akia a hand earlier. It seems he already had 4 extra.
Well, that's just redundant.
This is unusual. I will cast Detect Magic just as I go through.
Sure. So I think you're writing this down as I tell you. So you got the 600 GP, you've got the bag of holding, the 4 severed hands. The bag of holding is magical. The coins are not magical. The hands are not magical. That you can at least detect from Detect Magic. You also find a bottle within the treasure chest. The bottle appears to be magical.
Is there a message inside? Sometimes there are messages in bottles.
Well, this bottle is filled with liquid.
Unless the message is in liquid form.
You do see floating inside of the liquid is a giant fingernail.
That is gross.
You wouldn't think, Akia, based on your experience, your Detect Magic spell, this is a potion of Frost Giant Strength.
No less gross.
I mean, you think that's gross. What do you think those healing potions you've been drinking are made of?
Berries.
Lotus just starts chuckling at that. Just like, really? Really now?
Good berries.
Oh, Avalis, bless your heart.
Alright, I'm putting it in the treasure list in the Discord.
All right, and I will give the potion of Frost Giant Strength to Akia. Akia, you can give that to anyone who needs it. And I'm also giving the bag of holding to Akia. Also, you see that there is some wrapped up scrolls within this.
these could be spell scrolls. Do spell scrolls give off a magic aura? Or no?
I think they would, because I think in Detect Magic it says that bears magic you learn in school. Yeah, because there's like a spell cast upon the paper that you literally use to cast a spell. So yeah, I think they give off a Detect Magic aura.
Okay, so did these scrolls give off an aura?
Oh, for sure. Let's see here. The first scroll that you pick up gives off a aura of conjuration.
I will separate them slightly before I check them off, just to make sure none of them are like a sigil of death or something.
A sigil of "fuck you, players. I hate you. I'm gonna make you all teleport to hell."
You never know.
That's true.
Congratulations, you're now playing in Descent to Avernus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would save the imp the trouble.
It's true. So the first of the spell scrolls, the Conjuration spell scroll, it appears, Akia, this is a spell scroll of Dimension Door.
All right.
And the second of the spell scrolls appears to be a necromancy spell. This is a spell scroll of Revivify, which is a quite handy spell scroll, because that means you don't need a diamond to use it.
All right.
The final spell scroll that you see in the stack is a spell scroll of Tensor's Transformation.
All right. I got all that in treasure chat.
Absolutely. And everything else in the treasure chest appears to be random bibs and bobs, but you did find money, severed hands, a bag of holding, and some spell scrolls. And a potion of frost strike and strength.
Okay. OOC. Because I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. Do y'all want to?
125 it.
Yeah, y'all want to just split everything up now? Figure out what goes where.
That's fine.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, 125 gold to everybody.
Yep.
Gaiman will take this opportunity to talk to everyone about his political aspirations. Would like to ask them if they want to make a political donation, and remind them it could potentially be a tax write-off if he were to like form a 501c3, for the betterment of the realm. I'm kidding.
All right. Bag of holding. Anyone want to claim a bag of holding? For anything in particular?
Wouldn't you? Need
I
it for,
mean,
like,
I
crafting
would always use a
materials?
bigger golf bag, but I feel like the artificer's got an artifice.
Yeah, it does seem like you'd probably get better use out of it.
Okay.
Agreed.
I will take it then.
And that'll free up one of your infusions if you didn't use it for that.
All right. Potion of Frost Giant Strength. Gaiman? Or, I mean, anyone could want to be strong at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I'm
can
pretty
just
strong as it
melee.
is.
Yeah, I don't need it. If I go into melee, something's wrong, and if I need to, I can shillelagh. So
Yeah, I don't really have much use for anything strength related.
Alicia,
I have no need for it.
Okay. Well,
That's yours.
I'll hold
I
on to
mean,
that
if you
for
don't
now.
want it, I'll take it. Because, I mean, having 23 strength for, the BBEG fight, I won't say no.
Of course, your strength might be higher than that by then. You never know. Never know.
I don't think we're going to be hitting level 20. That's how that's higher.
All right. So Gaiman will get that potion. Scrolls and hands.
Catch these hands.
What? Why are these hands in here? Akia will ask the party.
Would Avalis know of any nature type reason? like something either with Yetis or Sylvanas? Is there a reason he would think there would be hands?
This would not be attributed to nature. This would be actually more along the lines of a religion check to discover why someone might bury hands in a treasure chest.
All right, well, he'll guess being somewhat religious, although I'm sure Alicia would know better. 17?
Wow, Gaiman with the 18 and the 19. We're like doing a royal flush of checks here. So,
This is a whole lot of yes and.
yes, and the significance of this, as you guys are all putting your heads together, these hands, you believe, were put here as a ward against those who would try to steal the treasure. Those who the treasure didn't belong to or wasn't freely given, you believe would awaken the hands as a sort of defense mechanism.
So since we...
That's a way of saying, hands off my treasure.
So if that fight with if the encounter with with Phantom would have gone differently, we might be fighting hands right now.
Yes, of course. You might have to deal with crawling claws attacking you while you slept.
Oh, those things are undead. That makes sense.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, if we had parlayed with PBR, we would have to catch these hands?
Exactly. That's why you should always get some PBR.
Always parlay with PBR. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
I feel like I should keep something in here so that these hands can defend it later.
Well, there's still the other bits and bobs that are in there.
Yes.
Gaming will go rooting around in his bag of jokes, and he will pull out a jar of nuts.
How about these nuts?
Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Gaiman, I don't eat.
It's a joke. Don't worry about it. A bad joke on my part.
I don't understand. What are these?
Oh, these are nuts.
Those are.
Yeah, and when you do these nuts, you put them in your mouth.
I do not have a mouth.
You do put these nuts in your mouth, but Alice could put.
Okay, I need to stop. I think I'm about to cross a line.
You can put whatever objects you wish within the confines of this treasure chest, and perhaps the crawling claws will awaken to defend them in case someone untoward steals.
Ah, yes, I vaguely remember a family of necromancers who brought one of these to life and used it as a servant in their home. A family called the Adams family.
Wait, they tamed crawling claws?
Oh yes, in fact, it was a play back on my world I would watch regularly with my mother. It was an interesting combination of horror and humor.
So what you're saying is it was a play that was horribly funny.
Lotus does give you a genuine smile, a chuckle at that. It's like, yes, quite a bit. In fact, now I think about it, the couple there do remind me a lot of my own parents in a way.
Your world is quite
Sounds
strange.
creepy and spooky.
Yes, and altogether ooky.
I don't understand what's Uki.
Oh, Tensor's transformation is a very good spell.
Yes. Now, the spell scrolls, if they are of spell level that you can't ordinarily cast, then it does require a caster check. If this is a spell that isn't ordinarily on your list, we do have methods to cast the spell, but the results of failure can be interesting.
Chocolate Rain.
I mean, that's one of the 10,000 results on the Wild Magic table, so.
Some stay dry and others feel the pain.
All right, so we got a spell scroll of Dimension Door, spell scroll of Revivify, and a spell scroll of Tensor's Transformation, which is a really good spell.
Alicia would request for the Revivify one.
Okay. Oh, also, I cannot pass items to Gaiman, so I will delete the Potion of Frost Giant Strength off of my sheet, and you'll have to get your own. All right, and I have sent trade requests for the Revivify and deleted the Frost Giant Strength Potion. All right, so that leaves Dimension Door and Tensor's Transformation. Tensor's apparently just turns anyone into a powerful fighter. Like 50 temp HP, proficient with all weapons and armor. I don't think I've read this spell before.
It's like you say, a very good spell.
Is Dimension Door on anybody's spell list?
Let me double check. I think it might be on mine.
Because then you might have to do anything hokey to allow yourself to cast it.
Yes, it is. Dimension Door is on the Sorcerer spell list. So, yeah, if you're cool with that, I'll go ahead and take it.
All right. Yeah, I think so. All right, Tensor's Transformation. Should we just link it in the chat so everyone can see it?
Yeah, go ahead. Here, I can do that.
It's also a wizard spell, so it's gonna be.
Is it wizards only?
Yeah.
So whoever uses it will have to
Roll.
from wild magic and for to try and cast it.
So, what the specifics you would have to do? So the first thing, because it's going to be a higher spell level, you'll have to roll the caster check. The second piece of that, let me pull up the exact rulings for y'all. So, anyone can use a spell scroll as long as they're proficient in Arcana, Nature, or Religion, depending on which classes normally have access to the spell. If the spell is one you cannot normally cast, you must succeed on a skill check using the above skill with the DC equals 10 plus the spell level. If you fail, the spell still succeeds and the scroll is consumed. However, you then must roll on the Wild Magic Surge table.
Risky.
Very risky, but potentially very badass.
So since it's a wizard spell, it requires Arcana, right? So wouldn't that be best with Lotus then?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, it's a bit of an off-the-wall thing, but, you never know when it might come in handy. So, yeah, I say if you guys are cool with it, I'll go ahead and take it.
Fine.
Should keep a weapon on you that you can use
Yeah.
in case you use it.
Right. I'd say once we get back to Bryn Shander, we can see about shopping around for something.
All right.
So it sounds like you guys are all on the shore of the loch. You have pilfered the treasures from the treasure chest.
No, we liberate them.
You have liberated the treasures from the treasure chest. And, of course, your companions are all there waiting, kind of in shock, because they watched you all speak like pirates to a giant pirate ship for a long time.
Out of curiosity, Orf, where are we on the map for Leagueton Shore? On the shore.
I think we were like
I mean-
over on this side. Oh, my thing's not thinking. Here we go.
Let me take us to the 10 Towns map that shows.
We were like on the opposite side of the lake.
Okay.
I wonder if I could put one of those hands in the bag of holding. If someone tried to steal something from the bag of holding, they'd get attacked by a hand.
Okay, so we're on the east side. Okay, and then where do we think the Red Yeti is?
It was attacking Targos, so it was like...
Oh, way over there. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, we're gonna probably be heading back to Bryn Shander anyway, so...
Also, while we're here real quick, DM, did you want to go ahead and mark on here where, was it Revel's End is? Since you said we'd established that.
Absolutely. Let me put that on your map for you guys.
I demand we immediately head east to the glacier and find my people.
That's
I mean, you want to stop at
journey.
the crashed ship? It's on the way.
Also, Gaiman and Avalis, as we finish with the karaoke machine, we can take the parts out and you can get back your lights, which will just be on large, thin leather straps so that you can wear it, transform into a large creature, or wrap it around a weapon if you want to. But it's just like a trinket on a long leather strap.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, I thought you were doing the karaoke machine not like a permanent thing. I was kind of curious to see how this would all work.
Well, I can make it again, possibly with some different songs in the future.
There's a song I heard in a tavern by a group called the Spice Maidens that is really good. It talks about longing.
And honestly, I was getting tired of hearing the same 30 seconds of music over and over.
I don't know. I thought you seemed to like it. Almost like you were, never going to give it up. Yeah, I mean, Lotus is a big fan of karaoke. I never thought she wasn't going to, let us down on that front.
I can record more songs in the future if that is what we want to do.
Well, I mean, I guess we could, but I mean, it seemed like an awful lot of running around for something that's only going to be like 30 seconds. Let's just, desert the whole plan. It seems like more trouble than it's worth.
So, for you guys' information, Revel's End, this is well known to everyone in the region. It is located near kind of an entryway to the Sea of Moving Ice, to the kind of the northwest of 10 Towns.
You know, Lotus, I've had severe reservations about going to Revel's End. It seems like we would be partaking in criminal activity. I would not want to have to fight the guards there. But
well, we might not
however,
necessarily. Oh yes, please. If you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them.
I have been thinking it might be nice to travel that direction.
Well, the thing is, we don't necessarily have to fight. I mean, we could probably talk to the warden and those in charge, see if they might be amenable to a deal. It seems like, at least if our recent experience is any indication, most people, if you're willing to offer something to them and that they want, they're willing to give you what you want.
We need to do some research.
Do
We need to figure out what motivates the warden.
Can a warden trade prisoners, though?
I think that's a little bit more of a political situation.
That
Some of those people
No,
are in there
it's
for.
it's not a political thing. It's a leverage thing.
So you're saying to blackmail the warden?
No, what I'm saying is we have to find out what motivates the warden. So maybe it is a question of, if you don't want certain things coming to light, you want to cooperate. So, we present him with an opportunity, or her, with an opportunity to, maintain the status quo. Or maybe they're open to, a trade of sorts. Someone's early release or right amount of goods, or the right services provided. Or it could be a matter of we're protecting, people that are important to the warden from facing, a horrible situation that could potentially befall them. There's any number of ways we could play.
Yes. Gaiman has brought up some very good and interesting possibilities there, or could be just something we could offer to make a donation to the warden's retirement fund.
I'm not sure if I'm liking this. Most of the people who are put into Revel's End are sentenced there for a reason. Now, we don't know the reason why this person is there. That's probably something that we should find out. But even then, I don't know if the warden has the jurisdiction to just hand over prisoners.
Well, it's the warden's job to make sure the prisoners do not leave. Correct. I don't think the warden decides who's there and who's not.
Well, if you would like to know why they're there, I think I know someone who can answer us, and I'll say, "Hey, Imp, come over here for a second."
The Imp, who is busy trying to teach the dogs how to play a game that they play in the Nine Hells quite often. It's called Uno. Unfortunately enough, the dogs don't seem to grasp the intricacies of the game.
Well, it's kind of hard to grasp a cards when you don't have opposable thumbs.
The
Just
Imp,
just a
unfortunately,
question. What language was it speaking to the dogs?
it was speaking the common tongue. It saw that you all were able to speak to the dogs in the common tongue, and they seemed to understand it very well.
Okay.
So it was attempting that. The imp will walk over to you all and say, "Oh, I've been summoned."
Yes. Well, the rest of the party would like to know about this Valish Gant that Asmodeus has asked us to free. They want to know what they're in for.
Ah, you want to know what Valish is in the old clink for?
Mhm.
Hold on, let me just check something real quick. He looks at his contract to ensure that he could tell you that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Gaiman has thrown a snowball at the imp.
Ugh. You got me that time, you son of a bitch.
Oi! Don't speak ill of my mum.
Anyways, Valish has found himself accused of and put into the prison for establishing a protection racket in Bryn Shander. He
And
even
Lotus's eyes go wide. I'm like, wait, was this the same one that I turned over to the sheriff? And oh fuck! And she just sort of just starts rubbing her forehead.
It appears that he tried to turn the town against its speaker, Devisa Shane, with the goal of supplanting her as the speaker. Of course, the whole time working as the secret spy of my lord Asmodeus.
Well, you remember when I told you all that I became the Thane of Bryn Shander because I exposed the protection racket and got the one who was behind it thrown in Revel's End? Apparently this is the one.
Interesting. I became thin because I didn't step backward like everybody else.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I woke up one morning, found out I had been named Thane, by a late night vote that I'd not been informed of. So I was kind of, sent on my Thanely duties. I mean, in hindsight, now I understand why they wanted me out of the damn village, but still, I know the feeling.
Well, the thing is like I was actually happy initially to have done my part to make Bryn Shander a safer place and put away this one that had been taking advantage of the good people there, but I imagine this one's not going to be very happy to see me when we get there.
Lotus, have you thought that maybe Asmodeus is trying to trick you?
Asmodeus is a devil. The thought has definitely crossed my mind, but
If you accomplish your goal, there's a high probability that you would have to do so using unsavory means, lowering your standing in Tin Towns. Maybe that is Asmodeus's goal. Or possibly corrupt you in some way, making you less of a threat.
That is something that all devils usually do, especially the one at the very top of the pyramid.
While I certainly understand the points you all are making, you do have to also understand that Asmodeus is offering me something that no one else can. I mean, can any of you offer me a way to finally get the answers from my father that I've been wanting for the past 20 years?
That sounds exactly like bait for corruption.
I mean,
He
what
is
would any
testing
of
you with something you want.
right?
That you would do
And-
anything for.
Mhm.
As in compromise yourself and others.
Right. And what about any of you? What
Um,
about your parents, the ones you've lost? What would you give to see them one more time?
I am the last of my kind, and I have done nothing to compromise myself.
I was an orphan that was taken in by the Shrine of Lathander in Baldur's Gate. I won't lie, I have thought of what my parents, who they were, what they've done, but I've also left that in my past.
I will say this, Lotus. I will assist you in your endeavor. However, I will not fight the guards of Revel's End.
I will say that is something I do agree with. I do not have any quarrel with those guards. They are simply just people living their lives and doing their jobs. I would not to I wouldn't want to hurt them for such a simple thing.
As you're discussing this, your companions who have wrangled all the dogs are starting to slowly come over as Scarrick says to you all, "But a question that I have for you all. What if you find yourselves in the situation where you have to defend yourself or give up the ghost? Will you give up and become prisoners yourself?"
Well, this may surprise you, little imp, but myself, this actually wouldn't be the first time I've seen the inside of a jail cell, if it came to that.
That does surprise me. You give off more of the, you know, good person, and often stays out of the bad place type vibes.
It's all a matter of perspective, when you're, let's say, writing some articles for the newspaper that shed the local constabulary in a bad light, they view you as a criminal.
That is true. What is the other members of the party think? Will you defend yourselves against the guards? Will you give up the ghost and let them take you captive, given if anything goes wrong?
I will not upset the balance that my god strives for. And he'll leave it as vague as that.
I mean, I think we get a bit ahead of ourselves because we may, say on principle that we will do a certain thing, but honestly, until those principles are tested, we don't know 100% how we're going to act. However, I don't see why we can't, non-lethally deal with the situation, or try and prepare multiple contingencies and hopefully don't come to any kind of violence. Because let's be honest, just on sheer numbers, we really don't want to get in any kind of fight. So I'll maintain that we really want to do our due diligence and get a proper understanding of this warden if we are doing this thing.
Eamon is right, as something my mother instilled in me in a very young age. Knowledge is power.
I always found that power is power, too.
Throughout this
Yeah,
conversation,
and some say power comes out of the barrel of fucking men, but it's a matter of perspective, lady. So that's why I was saying leverage. If we have leverage on the warden, then hopefully it won't come to blows.
Isn't blackmail illegal?
Listen, things that are illegal are only going to be illegal if you're caught and prosecuted. You're not supposed to do the thing, just like you're not supposed to take a 5-finger discount on merchandise in the market. But shit happens, and sometimes it just goes unnoticed, or people don't feel like pressing the issue.
Oh, I forgot. I will ritual cast. What's that spell? Identify on the compass.
Okay. The compass explodes. It was actually a thermonuclear device. No, I'm just kidding. Give me
We
one
all
second.
die.
Sorry, guys.
I knew that was radiation down there.
It actually transforms you all into mutants, and that's where we exit the Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign, and we start playing Days of Future Past.
Snick,
The-
snick, bub.
The compass of the Seeker. You notice as you are watching and using your magic on this compass that it doesn't point north. Like, yeah, the compass seems to almost like twist and turn as you're holding it. It seems to be encased in weathered brass with intricate carvings of the waves of the ocean.
Oh, did we lose somebody?
Let's see, we've got everyone back down.
We're back, presumably.
I didn't catch any of that for the last minute. I'm sorry, my connection bleeped out.
No, you're good. So the ancient compass that Akia has found doesn't seem to point north. It seems to kind of twist and turn and move in all sorts of strange directions. Akia, through your identify spell, you can tell that the item itself has some magical properties.
Yar.
So, the magical properties of the compass of the Seeker. First of all, once per day, the user can concentrate on a specific object, person, or location they wish to find. The compass provides a direct route to the target, considering your current knowledge and your current knowledge of the obstacles. This ability does not work if the target is in another plane of existence.
Should I be writing this down, or do you have an item you can drag?
I do have an item.
Okay.
Attunement is not required.
This compass seems to point you in the direction of something that you seek, but you already have to have knowledge of the object or person.
Interesting.
Also, the item allows you to cast some spells. You can use a charge of the compass to cast Find Traps, Locate Object, Locate Creature, or Find the Path.
It's like making you a mini druid.
very interesting item.
Atlas thinks I can cast all the spells. No one called me interesting.
Oh no, Avalos.
Oh, but you could turn to animals. That's way more interesting. Besides, I wouldn't need the compass for that. The two places I really want to go, I already know where they are. You know, Relzen's here on the map, and Flavy here, she points to the mask, can at least point us in the general direction of the crashed ship.
And Aki, I'm just making sure that the item works. Okay. So as Avalos sits down and summons Star Whisper would appear and say, I'm glad that you didn't summon me when we were down there in the bottom of the ocean. Everyone else, you hear yip, 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 yip.
Yes, I didn't think you would like the environment. Bless. There was a curse that made us all talk oddly.
Well, I'm happy that you summoned me for a different reason. Do you have a way of letting everyone else know what we're going to be talking about?
I mean, you only speak this language. Nobody else does but us.
All right. Well, I have some information to share that I think they all will be very interested in learning.
Then I shall translate. Hold on, this may take a while. And he kind of waits for everybody to stop talking, which probably takes a good hour.
All right, everyone. The fox begins to yip at you all as loudly as possible.
Avalos will translate.
The fox is waiting to see if everyone starts paying attention to it.
Avalos leans to Star Whisper. This may take a while.
So, party, do you all give your undivided attention to the fox as it is yipping at you?
Oh, of course.
I mean, I don't understand it, but I suppose I could, give it a moment of my time.
Yes, and Kumakyu starts yipping back at it.
What the fuck? Now we got two of them doing it? Now you're going to tell me all the fucking sled dogs start yipping and howling.
Star Whisper has a message for you. It would like me to translate.
Okay. Star Whisper will look to you, Avalos, and the rest of the party and say, I can feel there is a disturbance in the weave. A disturbance of magic. The disturbance is coming from Bryn Shander. I feel it whenever we cross the temple, the church of Auril. I believe that monstrosity of a statue that they built has been finished.
The statue at the Church of Auril in Bryn Shander is evil. That's all he says.
Then we should make haste to Bryn Shander.
Right. This last thing we need is for the Church of Auril to start piling it around a fucking Gundam.
What is a Gundam?
Oh. That's another show I used to watch when I was younger. That was more of Diamante's thing. She was more into the anime than I was, but, basically, soldiers would
You mean a play?
play. Yes, play. Where basically you had soldiers would pilot giant constructs. Think like a Kia, but like the size of a building.
Now, was everybody, had these giant constructs?
Oh yeah, they came in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and caused all kinds of horrible destruction.
Sounds like fun.
Now I'm just imagining like the meme where it's like Gaiman just looks at the thing and says, "Oh, cool robot," and just flying over its head. It's like anti-war political message.
I thought a Gundam was what you wore if you didn't want to have a baby.
No, Avalis, that's condom.
Oh,
Oh, Willy hat, yeah.
that explains the weird look I got from Ishan.
What you mean? Oh, actually, you know what? I don't want to know what you mean.
The fox will continue. I feel that this statue has something nefarious. And I think that it is only in your purview to be able to stop it.
The statue is a danger to Bridgender, and only we can stop it. It's okay. There's only 2 towns left anyway.
True, but as Thane of Bryn Shander, the place has been like a home to me since I've gotten here, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let anything bad happen to it.
I would not like to see Auril take control of Bryn Shander. That would be upsetting.
Well, I guess unless there's anything else keeping us here, we should probably make our way there then.
Akia will say very uncomfortably, I would prefer that we do not get in a fight with the Church of Auril.
I mean, I understand your feelings on the church, Kia, but you saw their reaction when I merely just wanted to play a harmless prank on their statue.
Well, I mean, they're the ones that run the whole sacrifice game, which is kind of shite. But I mean, that a harmless prank is a bit of an understatement. I mean, how would you feel if I decided to shave Watto's head and just was like, "Oh, it's a harmless prank"? You'd be pretty pissed off. So I mean, just coming at it from that perspective.
I mean, that would depend on how Watto would feel about that, but I imagine he probably wouldn't like it. He spends a lot of time working on his hair.
I do spend a lot of time on my hair. Watto is there, and he hopes that Gaiman decides not to shave him.
Listen, I'm not gonna, do that. I'm just trying to illustrate a point, is all.
Also, it's not the church that decided to start sacrificing people. The people of Bryn Shander decided that that's what they want. And you can hear some irritation in Akia's voice, which is very rare.
I mean, where they get the idea?
The Church of Auril is taking advantage of the people in this time of need, making them feel like the church and what they offer is the only option they have. I've seen this before. in my world,
They were given options.
Okay, not to mention that the church could have come out and said, "We do not condone human sacrifice," but they didn't.
You're right. They are just as guilty as everyone else in Bryn Shander. Akia will just walk off with that. Start packing up the sled.
Jesus, touchy much.
The yipping fox will say to you, Avalis, don't you have an opinion that you should deliver to them? I feel that you're often not jumping in as much as you should, Avalis.
He's like, oh, fine. And you just realize like no one's paying attention to him. I think we should we should at least investigate, and if it is indeed a danger, then it should be dealt with, no matter who it represents.
You hear Akia from like 20 feet away. Sure, whatever. Facing the opposite direction.
I mean, maybe the church doesn't know that it created a big murder statue.
You say that, and it's like you could basically hear Lotus just rolling her eyes at the idea.
Avalis doesn't believe it either, but he's trying to play the Libra, the balancer in the group.
Right. I gotcha.
And as this conversation is happening, what is Alicia thinking of the information that was shared by Alice's fox companion?
Oh, Alicia's already gone. The moment she heard that something was happening with the statue at Bryn Shander, packed up one of the sleds and hopped on and made a beeline for Bryn Shander.
As that's happening,
They have been silent since the discussion with Rivel's End, visibly uncomfortable with what was being talked about. And with this being brought up, they just immediately just beelined and just left.
What the fuck? Listen, we need all the goddamn sleds in order to travel together.
It's fine. I'll chase after her. And Avalis will transform into a giant owl and bamf Star Whisperer back into his, Fey realm.
Star Whisper's blasting off again! As she disappears.
Yep, too late. And where's Alvalis? Where are you? I don't see Alvalis.
I think
Oh, there we go.
I think this chest and those hands are probably too dangerous to just leave on the shore, so we'd probably pack it up and bring it with us.
Definitely.
So does everyone get into a sled and start rushing to catch up with Alicia?
Oh yeah.
I guess so.
I mean, the thing is like, she's, Bryn Shander in general does remind her a lot of her home with Baltimore, and as she said, it feels like second home to her, so she's not letting it fall to Auril. She already feels kind of let it down already with what happened with the library, and she does not want that to happen again.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like, Alicia, there's an owl chasing after you, and I'd love to hear this conversation as Owlvalus, being able to move quicker than the...
Oh, yeah, he'll catch up quickly, yeah.
So, very much like a scene in an action movie, Alicia is pounding the snow in the back of the dog sled, and Alvalis, you pull up next to her. And
Do you know how fast you were going, ma'am?
Not fast enough.
Is there a reason you want to do this all on your own?
I spent a good better part of the month healing all of the wounded at Bryn Shander and Targos, all the refugees, and I will be damned if anything else happens to them.
And you think going off on your own is the best approach?
Maybe I can appeal to their better nature, but at least want to see what's going on there.
I would advise more caution. And he'll just start circling overhead and keep pace with Alicia.
And you all are hours out from making it back to the city of Bryn Shander. So eventually, the sled dogs, because they're all fitted with magical booties, would one by one kind of catch up as best as they can to the footing of Alicia's dog sled team, especially with Owlvalus pointing the way.
I mean, Owlvalus would help us get closer, but okay, I'll stop. I was about to bring science into our fantasy world. I'll stop.
Eventually your dogs do have to rest. So
yeah, but I mean, I was just going to say that just in terms of who has to move what mass, you know, we're a much larger mass per sled versus Alicia all by herself on one.
Just as Alicia's sled dogs finishes resting, we catch up and she takes off again.
Yup.
Okay, well, I guess we could do it like that, guys.
I can hear it in your voice.
Or you could be like,
I'm trying to get everyone back together.
Or all you could just be like, shut up. No science in my fantasy game.
Maybe
Catch up, being like, wait. It's like, wait, Alicia, I want to destroy Church of Oral too. Wait for me.
Maybe Alvalis will secretly communicate with Zenith and have him purposely slow down Alicia's team just enough for the others to catch up.
You didn't have to go that far. I was gonna have the dogs rest anyway.
Just slow it down just a little, like 10 feet per round, less.
That would be
Dinar.
obvious.
Well, I mean, instead of going like 50 feet or 60 feet, they go 50 feet. just enough to.
I mean, besides, I'm not sure
After-
about the rest of you, but I'm kind of needing to recover some spell slots right about now.
The Moonlight Guardian, Senar would say, because she's, of course, part of this. You all should stay together. You don't want to end up like me, mummified in a tomb for 2,000 years, waiting for someone to release you.
Yeah, I mean, you're just stuck in one position for that long, in a sarcophagus, 2,000 years. That could be a heck of a crick in the neck.
She looks at you, and because you've said that, she now has to crack her neck. And it's very loud. I'm going to need everyone to make wisdom saving throws to not immediately also to try cracking your neck. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like when you hear someone do it, then you're like, you immediately have to try to...
Oh yeah, the empathetic reaction.
Gaiman immediately cracks his neck.
Excellent. So when you guys do eventually catch up or have words, you have time to plan out your moves, plan out your actions. So I would love to hear what the group is thinking upon what they wish to do once they enter the city of Bryn Shander, upon hearing this news about the finished statue.
I think Akia's just grumpily working on Lucille, unless someone interacts with him.
Well, Lotus will sort of say this to the rest of the group. Well, I think it's pretty simple. We go to the sheriff, give him a quick rundown what's going on. Hopefully that will be enough that he might be able to help us with, give us a contingent of people to assist us. We roll up to the church, tell them to explain themselves, and offer them an ultimatum. Destroy the statue, or we'll do it for them.
So we tell him a magical multi-tailed fox that I can summon told us that the statue is evil.
Maybe not as many words. Maybe you should let me figure out how to relay that to the sheriff. Him and I have a rapport since I've been here.
I mean, I would like to point out that we are upsetting our friend here. So all this talk of, evil statues and doing property damage.
Do you say that close enough to Akia that Akia can hear you?
I mean, Gaming wouldn't make a secret of it. He values you as a friend and he wants to make you happy and he's trying to find some middle way.
All right. In Giant, you hear Akia say, "It's fine. Everyone can just do whatever they want to do."
Gaming will reply back in Giant. I mean, it's clearly not. Yeah, but I mean, it's clearly not fine. We're upset. I mean, is there another way we can handle this, mate? I mean, I understand that Auril is significant to you.
I'm just saying if someone wants to build a statue, just let them build a statue.
Right, but what are the statues not doing things? Or able to do things? I mean, we don't know for certain. I mean, we can investigate. I mean, you and I can investigate. Confirm or deny the claims.
Sure. If they'll even, if Lotus and Alicia even will wait that long.
Well, I mean, we're trying to catch up to Alicia, and allow me to be an advocate for you. I mean, this is important to you. I see their point of view in terms of fighting something that they perceive to be evil, but you don't. So, be like one of those fucking market vendors. Sell me on the idea of why that ain't evil, because it's clearly upsetting you, mate.
Akia would take a long breath, but they don't breathe, so I'm trying to figure out what their motion would be.
Processing.
They sort of arch back a little bit in a sort of a stretch motion akin to breathing. All right. Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay, if they agree to the two of us investigating, then I will investigate with you. And if we determine the statue to be evil, I won't say anything else about it.
I mean, are you, does that sit all right with you? I don't want you just saying that because I'm like playing, both sides. I want you to feel like you're a part of the team, that your point of view is valuable.
Akia will pause and take a few more stretches, will clasp their hands back and forth, and there's something going on with Akia, and they'll say, if the statue is definitely evil, then we will treat it as such. That is the rational thing to do. And if it's not, good. We can just leave it at that then.
All right. I guess. I don't know how. I guess we're not caught up to Alicia yet, but I mean, Gaiman could do a Hulk jump over to the other sled to speak with Lotus about this proposal.
All right. Yep. Lewis is always willing to hear you out.
All right. So I wanted to maintain Kia's privacy, so that's why we were, speaking in giant. But he's upset, that we are making, broad assumptions about this statue, and he is okay, so long as we have, give it a fair shake. He and I are going to investigate for us to determine whether or not the statue is actually evil. And if we verify it's evil, then we can do something about it, like you and Alicia want to do. And Alicia's going off half cocked, kind of pushing our, forcing our hand, and I'll go with Kia. We do our due diligence, and then it turns out you and Alicia can, do what you want to do.
While I do admit, Alicia running off by themselves was very reckless, I think there's something I feel they're not understanding here. Like, Auril, the one that's causing this whole long winter that's lasted for the past 3 years, the one whose followers were responsible for ransacking the library and destroying all the knowledge it contained. The ones who, according to the Fox...
All right, hold on. All right. Now, here's the thing. We are, not acknowledging Akia's perspective on this, and I think that's why he is upset. We are assuming he's just going to go along with everything, and that is not a fair assumption. He has other points of view. He's got a different perspective. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm not making that judgment here. I'm just saying that he's feeling left out at the very least. So let's, include the machine, include the person, and we balance the scales. We figure it out. We do our due diligence. Investigate, as you would say.
You will see she looks a little bit reluctant at first, but then you mentioned investigate, and she'll actually give you a bit of a soft smile and say, that headband you're wearing has done a lot of good for you. I will say that, Gaiman. But very well. I feel I'll once we get to Brenshander, I'll find Alicia. I'll talk them down for as well as that might work. At least to keep them busy while you and Akia look into what's going on with the Church of Auril. I will say, if anything, I feel Akia will be in good hands with you, whatever happens.
All right. The plan.
I will say, it was such a shame. I was looking forward to hoping to teach you learn how to read. I actually recreated the entirety of Green Eggs and Ham, and you see her flip through it in her notebook.
You know, a green ham and green eggs, usually son of rot.
Oh yes, it's a story for children. It's meant to teach them about how it's okay to try new things. But she closed it.
Yeah, all the finest foods that give you dysentery and might kill you, especially if you're a small child.
Right. Well, maybe Avalis can maybe help me calm down Alicia for a while. We can at least head to the sheriff, and I'm sure it'll take some time to explain to him what's going on.
Have they caught up to us by now?
Absolutely. And this is a good moment for us to pause the conversation as you are preparing for entering Brenshander in our next session, resupplying, figuring out what you have to do to stop the statue, if that is indeed your plan, and then maybe going after the Red Yeti, or figuring out all of the information you need for that. So I need to take us from our current map to the Rime of the Frostmaiden start page. I am very happy that you all agreed to play tonight, that we're still having fun in this crazy kooky world of Icewind Dale, and that our adventures are going to continue. If you guys have any questions for me or anything like that, just send those to me in the Discord. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great weekend, and we will continue our adventure next week, the 8th of December, as we come back to Icewind Dale.
You know, if someone were to ask me what this campaign's about, I would have no idea what to tell them. I have no idea what is out of the weird mind of Orpheus and what is actually in the campaign.
So that's a good talking point. If you guys ever have those questions, write them down, scribble all that stuff down, and then when we do the wrap at the end of the campaign, you can come back and be like, so, was the Mimic pirate ship, was that in the adventure?
Okay, I'm pretty sure that is all you.
So when those evil Christmas critters attacked us so long ago, were the evil Christmas critters, did they say, make sure that they talk like the ones from South Park? Was that supposed to happen? You'll just have to wait to find out.
I'm just recalling your answers when you were on the Crash's podcast thing. When you guys were having a discussion of sticking with the canon or not. It's like, this is just bringing up all of it.
I mean, was it Matthew Colville says the same thing when you're DMing? Just put what you like in your game.
Yeah,
that's his number one rule. Just put what you like in your game.
It's true, and I like a lot of things, as you guys have come to see.
We've noticed.
But
I mean, there's something to be said for having just, a fun campaign that's full of randomness.
That's true. It's true. But to answer your question, Avalis, the goal of the campaign is to end the eternal winter that is plaguing Icewind Dale, preventing
That thing we've
people
been putting
from-
off.
Yes.
We've been just road tripping back and forth.
Yeah.
It's like when I'm playing like the Yakuza game. There's like this big, like dark, mature story happening in the background that we're constantly reminded is there, but there's all this fun extra stuff on the side that we like to do.
It's like playing Skyrim. You're like, yeah, okay, there's some sort of war going on. Whatever.
I agree. All right, guys, I gotta head to bed because we have a long day tomorrow. We're going to the capital, to one of those. I don't even know how to describe it. It's one of those places that have a bunch of like selfie things, and you can take all sorts of weird pictures in the places that have these weird like selfie stations slash picture backdrops. I know.
That sounds right up your alley.
It is. It is. All right. Well, see you guys. I'm out. Bye bye.
Thanks for.
All right, good game, everyone. Good night.
Night. Did like anyone just be like, "Oh, I want that compass so bad"?